Well, hello, and welcome back to this second part of Answers in Empty Places. 12 FPS here at the farm. That sounds so weird. Anyways, hello, I'm Sorte. I'm having a crisis again with this whole thing called talking and language. And I guess I will be the DM for today. I'm here joined by the wonderful, the incredible, the inigualable, I don't know what words again.
It's okay.
Winona, I love you. Thank you very much for doing
Oh,
this with me.
oh, no problem. I
Can you
love doing this.
can you tell me who would you be playing
Hello.
and
Yes.
something what's the current state?
All right. Today I'll be playing one child who is actually two children, which is Mad Lad and Alexander, who both are very interested in what has happened at the farm, why Carmiña is not here. Theory has some suspects down. It's just like, okay, we have Lau, who's the last person that Carmiña has spoken to, and then we have what they assume is to be the big company that they sort of faced off last time, because it's just like, hey, there's some people saying we to sell the farm and stuff, and they sort of connected the dots a little bit. It's just like, that probably is that company that's been sort of terrorizing the forest, but we need more information.
Right?
So they're right now looking in Lucas's room, and I'm not very sure. Say, is there anything left for him to investigate in the room, or do we go on to the next room?
Anything else that you want to look around is only gonna showcase stuff about the person that lived here before, but uh, I don't think you will find anything else further. Like you can keep looking around forever, and you might even get Lucas' shoe size, but maybe that's not the information you're looking after.
Yeah, not
Um,
right now. So then Alexander's gonna leave the room and gonna go to gonna go towards the other room.
Hi. Um, you see a very similar door,
He's gonna.
also
Sorry, you go.
also closed. The moment you step on the corridor again and close Lucas' door behind you, I'm gonna ask you to do my favorite thing. Roll me a perception check.
All right. Since Alexander is currently in control, so he will roll the perception check. He doesn't see shit.
Alexander definitely doesn't notice how the temperature in the corridor has gone down a few degrees, and
Yeah.
how the and you know I love to say this, the watercolor quality of the room you were in before
Mm-hmm.
seems to have spilled into the corridor too. Anyways, you are in front of a door, and it looks like a closed door.
He's gonna
That's
first.
what you get,
He's gonna double check to see if it is locked or not, even though he probably knows the answer.
right? Does he try to open it?
He tries to open
Like,
it.
yeah, it's definitely close.
All
It
right.
does make a chunk kind of noise, but it doesn't budge.
All right. Plan B. Gonna try to lockpick this door. Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Uh, I was actually gonna be mean on this one, but with a 20. Okay, I can't. With a dirty 20, listen, there is something strange about this door. It's definitely harder than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But time has passed, and whatever thing that is working against you trying to physically open this door
Mm-hmm.
ends up like not bulging. Ends up like
Breaking?
yes. It gives up, and you hear a successful click.
Nice.
But definitely with also like with a dirty 20, you notice this has been harder than it should be.
Mm. Alexander's gonna note that, but he's gonna step into the room.
It's what you see without a perception or investigation roll.
Mm-hmm.
It's again, it's a very dusty room. It's almost melancholic. There is the same set of dried flowers in in an already made bed, and a sense of stillness and silence and a layer of dust all around the room.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there is a bed, there is a closet, and there is kind of like a workspace, a table
Mm-hmm.
that is facing one of the windows,
Mm-hmm.
similar to the other room.
Hmm. Interesting.
There is actually one window there, and over the bed there is a closed window.
Hmm. Interesting. Let,
With
let's
this
see.
room, this room has two windows,
All
it
right.
seems.
All right. Let's see. He's. Let's do a base perception. See if he can get any other details out. Nope. Oh well.
It, it's like the room is screaming, "I am normal, stay away."
Alexander says peck to that and goes over. First, he's curious. His curiosity is getting to him to the closed window. He's gonna go over and open that window to see where does that lead at, like look out into.
You open the window and you see a picture of the sea.
Ooh, the sea.
The moment you open, moment my dad opens the window, Alexander opens the window. He realized Alexander or Madlad? Alexander is piloting right now, right?
Huh? Yeah, Alexander's in control right
Okay.
now.
The moment Alexander opens that window, he realizes this is the same wall that is separating this room from Lucas' room.
Uh huh.
Is made like to look like a window,
Uh
but
huh.
behind it there is just this hyper realistic picture of an almost very far away town. There is like it's very artistically made, like the lights on the distance,
Mm hmm.
but the sea and a relatively big ship kind of fighting against the storm.
Hmm.
It is really, really, really well done. Like I don't know if Alexander knows about pictures, but knowing uh, where maybe his family had some pictures like this.
Yeah, say he has some. Say he's seen some really nice detailed pictures, and he probably is admiring the painting of it. It's like, yeah, very well done. And Mad Lad is like, yeah, say they got the details of the ship just right too.
Yeah, uh, the I hate to do this, all the roles. I don't know if Alexander will think about this, but MATLAB probably will do.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the name of the ship is named La Caprichosa.
He's gonna do history, see if he recognizes if it is a ship that he say history. Okay, just if that's a real ship or if that's maybe something else.
There's a reason why Mad Lad wouldn't actually like recognize this name.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Fair enough. And
Because that's a
Alexander.
fun.
Nope, that's a natural one. It is that.
Oh,
That's a natural one. He just thinks it's a made up name. He's just like, and Alexander doesn't know much seafaring stuff, so he wouldn't be able to help Mad Lad. So they're just gonna say, though Alexander will investigate the painting and see if there's any secrets or anything.
Aye.
All right, and he gets advantage. Okay, so that's a 16. 15.
The paintings, are you looking for anything tied to
Yes.
the eye? No. This seems to be just simply a funny way to display and kind of protect a painting. There is nothing else here. However, though, looking around the painting, Alexander will find a little piece of paper that is basically like a guarantee of this artist made this painting, and it gives Alexander the feeling like this is a fucking fancy painting. It feels out of place in the farm.
He's probably surprised that it's like, yeah, a very simple farm like this that have like a very high quality painting along with like a note that says, yes, this is the painting. This is the painting
Ba-
that this artist made. He's just like,
yeah, you could definitely bring this to a museum with
yeah.
this.
Though he does sort of admire the artistic view of, yeah, this is a window, and hey, this would like be very similar to like if you open a window you could see this sort of like scenery. So he does admire the sort of like artistry with trying to like show this painting. But he eventually just closes the door and goes over to the workspace.
Right. This workspace is definitely clean. Everything seems to be on its place, which is not on top of the table. There is a few surrounding the window and the table. There is a few. Give me a second. Shelves full of books and scrolls and anything you need to write.
Say, definitely more clean than the other one, but still dusty compared to everything because, well, it's
Oh no! When I say clean, I mean like
organized.
organized. Definitely more organized, and it's kind of like a nice desk. It has a few carvings and a few loops, and it's definitely a nice desk.
All right, let's investigate this.
Investigation rolls the game.
Yep. Oh, that's a dirty 20. And let's see if I can get a nat. Nope. But I did get a 21.
You did get a 21, and that's really good. Closer investigation will prove. What are you? Is a general one, or are you closely looking for something?
He's looking for notes. He's looking again for like, if I remember correctly, there were secret compartments in some of the other desks. So he's sort of looking for secret compartments in this desk too.
This one, you notice, has a few secret compartments, but with a 21, you realize those are like, again, they open. There is bag with coins in one. In another one, there is like a little bit of ink, wax, a wax seal, stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. But then you realize that with a 21, that both of them have kind of like a button
Yeah.
and a kind of like a, like a thing that you pull and do like, and then there is a click and a thunk, and again a big box. Kind of, it doesn't fall to the ground, but is set loose from right under
Yeah. Yeah.
the desk. You also realize that there is a find trace on top of the desk that's of the dust that seemed to have been the start.
Hmm. Say Alexander knows that it's just like, do you think Carmiña was in this room before she left? And and that's what Alexander says, and Mad Lad's like, possibly. Let's take a look at that box that we unlocked. I unlocked. I found it. I say, we're both in the same body, so we know I found it. As he then goes over and looks at the box that has been unlocked by him.
All right. This is a fancy box indeed. It has, are you taking the box? It's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of like set loose, so you
Mm-hmm.
can actually take it out.
Yeah, and that's what he does. He
Okay.
takes it out and puts it on the desk.
Okay. It's a plain box. It has different symbols on it, and has not. It's okay. 1 second.
You're fine. You're fine.
I'm trying to explain.
You're fine.
Is a plain box, but it has different symbols on top of it.
Hmm.
Right. So it's kind of like a relief thing.
A what thing? Sorry.
Okay, it has a few symbols that they seem to be carved on top of it, and it's the only thing around. Like it has symbols all around, but there is like three symbols on top of it
Mm-hmm.
that they look like carved, and it's the only thing like actually comes pops out of the whole thing of the box.
All right.
It's the only thing that comes up to your comes to your attention.
All right. Three symbols. Does it look like the symbols can move anyway? Is this like a puzzle box?
You can try to move the symbols, and they seem to be a little bit resistant, but they do move.
All right. Hmm. All right. Let's say. Well, let's first say, is this box locked? First of all, can he
Yeah,
open?
it doesn't look like it looks shut. Like it
Mm-hmm.
just looks like a block of carved wood.
Mm-hmm. All right. So there's no obvious way to open it. Okay, he's gonna try to use the symbols to try to open the box. And I'm not very sure what you want me to roll for that one.
Actually, I would say roll me an intelligence for a second.
All right, intelligence. This child is good at intelligence, and Mad Lad is gonna give Alexander a help action to try to figure this out, but he may not need it. But we'll see if we go for the
That's
crit.
perfect. That's perfect for me.
Okay, all right. So it is a 19.
Yeah. Uh, fuck. I'm actually lost.
It's okay.
I'm scrambling. I'm scrambling. I lost.
Okay.
I lost the. I lost the thing.
It's okay. I say take your time. I say to find it
Right.
again. You're fine. Take deep breaths. You're doing amazing.
Hmm. Okay. Uh, the Hotel. Where did I put the only thing I actually like draw for this? Um, how do I explain this? It's a little bit tricky. Has MATLAB ever done before? Like, wait, is was your intelligence was yes 19?
Mm.
Has MATLAB ever done before like a puzzle box?
Yeah, Matt Ladd has done puzzle boxes because like his mother uses puzzle boxes a lot to keep some of her more, just delicate documents.
Yes. Okay. Uh, MATLAB. Maybe Alexander. I don't know. Tell me which one of them will actually recognize this as that.
I say Alexander may know a little bit about puzzle boxes, just as something that maybe he's seen around in his father's desk, but never really played with them. Matt Ladd would be more knowing what puzzle boxes are because his family has used them before.
Hmm.
So but Alexander, for the most part, is pretty smart and probably could figure this out. But Mad Lad does help him out a little bit.
Okay. The first thing these two kids realize is that these three pieces look, each one in different ways, like the moon.
Hmm.
But the way they are facing, it does like a fat ass. I'm gonna draw exactly how it looks now, really quick, okay?
Okay, it's fine. That's fine. Say no need to
Okay,
rush.
so, oh yeah, there is
Is it
always
like
need to
phases of the moon?
I think I'm smart. Give me a second.
No, no, you're fine. You're fine.
This is how it looks, and I am an artist and I can draw very well. Thank you very much,
You
everybody.
are. You are, and we love
I
you.
I I don't know what I have done with mensajes animados, escritura de pantalla, sí. Mhm. Give me a second. On the meantime, I'm finishing this really quick. On the meantime, and I'm gonna send it. On the meantime, tell me, does this bring any of the kids any good old memories? Did Matlab ever try to open one of his mom's
Yeah,
secret boxes?
he has tried to open some of his mother's secret boxes, and mainly has say he does smile a bit because his mother has taught him how to use the boxes in case of
Yeah.
emergencies. It's like, yeah, you may need some of these if something does happen to me. So this is how you open the puzzle box. And also, his mentor basically built the puzzle boxes, so he has mechanically seen how they're built. So Mad Lad at least has good memories of puzzle boxes.
Good lad. I love him so much. Okay, my tablet is trying to start. Um, oh Jesus Christ, would you behave?
It's
Yeah,
okay.
it's not gonna let me do this. I think. God damn it.
It's all right.
Ah, here. Oh, come on.
I say, give me 1 second. I'm gonna give myself some water. I'll be right back.
All right, that's perfect. Well, fuck.
Alright, I'm back. I'm back.
That was too quick.
I mean, I was just getting bottled water.
Okay.
And I only live in a one bedroom apartment.
You are gonna kill me because this is not supposed to be like a complicated puzzle. You're gonna see it instantly.
Oh no, you're fine. Maybe you can explain what's in the box while you're trying to pull up the picture.
Well, you haven't opened the box just yet, so.
I see.
It doesn't. But that's the thing. Like with this box, it doesn't even rattle. It looks like this, but well carved and magnificent. In like this is an expensive box. Okay. Oh. This is the quickest because I cannot find the other.
Oh no,
the
you're
proper
fine. That's
one.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. But this like definitely beautifully carved.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody use your imagination. Believe me.
We believe in you.
But yeah, it just seems that this has to be put in some kind of position.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't look pretty.
You're fine. Yeah.
No, I'm explaining. Like it does look like the three symbols are kind of like scrambled.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and with a
You can
19, and I'm saying with a 19, I'm guessing he put them together. It's just like, okay, move the one thing to look on like a waning crescent and a waxing crescent moon.
That's exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So do you?
He moves it, yeah.
Yeah. Matlat actually moves like each one. Like the first one ends up looking kind of like outside.
Mm-hmm.
The center one doesn't move, and the next one it turns around like looking towards outside. It's kind of like tricky to manipulate them because it's almost like they don't want to be moved.
Uh-huh.
Like in a certain points, if Matlat was not so sure that what he is doing is the correct answer, it will feel like you have to move this puzzle with conviction. It will feel like, oh shit, I'm gonna break the box.
Mm-hmm.
The moment the three of them click are put together on that, there is a hollow click,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel like the midsection of the box has now a thin line and rises up a little bit, and you can pry open if you pull hard enough.
Oh yeah, he pries it open.
It. One second.
You're fine.
Oh, that's strange. Sorry, it was work. They are sending me messages. I'm gonna turn off my phone because fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the moment you open it, whoa, mad lad, you find a very small chest, a set of more letters, because in this house everybody must write, and a scissor bag of something clicky clacky that calls to your base instincts as a pirate.
Yeah. Say Mad Lad is just like points towards the clicky clack. He's just like, let's open that first. And Alexander's like, fine, and he opens that first since it's probably the easiest.
There is a bunch of what it looks like obsidian and different kind of gemstones figurines with different figures of animals, and there is also a key.
Alexander's gonna make an arcane check on those animals
All right.
because he has a possible idea of what these things are.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, roll me an Arcana,
All right.
Arcane, Arcana,
Unfortunately,
Arcane,
this not
Arcane.
does. Oh, that's a 25.
Matlat, you see it. You definitely see it. There is, yeah. Um, what was your first suspicion, Winona?
I say
Matlat.
Alexander's first suspicion because Mad Lad probably hasn't seen sort of these things that often, and say he's probably heard of them but has never seen them himself. Alexander has seen these things because he was very rich when he was once alive, so his family could afford these things on occasion. But figurines of power, I think that's what they're called off the top of my head, that transform
Yes,
into actual sort of animal beings made of the stone.
there is different. It's a set of five.
Ooh.
There is a snake. There is a bull. There is a wolf. There is what looks like a small cat, and there is an eagle. Those are how it looks. I will send you like the proper thing after the game. Uh, but also, Matlat, with a 25, you feel there is something funny with these figurines. They feel unstable.
Mm. Alexander examines these and feels the magic, but feels also the unstability of the magic. He's like, these are pretty powerful, but this place is pretty dusty and they have not been used in a long time. He's gonna like put those figurines to the side and take the key that's in the bag.
Yeah.
And
I'm just, I'm just gonna say that maybe it will be good for the kids to bring this to someone who might understand a little further this
pause.
kind of magic. I say wink wink as a DM. You can also use one and see what the fuck happens.
You could, but as much as Bad Lad and Alexander is just like Alexander probably just explains like these are figurines of power. Figurines of what? Wait, you mean those sort of stone animal looking things that people can like summon with these? And Alexander's like, yeah. Usually they're all pretty rare, except for like the raven. I say the raven's made of silver, so it's pretty cheap. But these are all stones. But can we use them? No, not right now, at least. We can maybe try it out later, but let's
I'm,
first look at the key.
I'm just gonna say I have taken the general idea and I have taken a few liberties here, so just for the fun of it. All right, you take the key. There is still the correspondence and the smaller chest inside the chest in this box.
Yeah, and Alexander assumes like this key must go to this smaller chest inside this chest and looks for a
Uh,
keyhole in the little smaller chest.
Okay. Listen, this is very funny, and just because you have been having a lot of good rolls,
Uh-huh.
you go to use the key on the chest, and you realize there is like this big, very noticeable keyhole. But as you turn the chest, as you see, but the key doesn't fit. And as you turn the chest around, saying like, "What the fuck?" It has some less noticeable keyhole under it, and you can click that one, and it will open.
Alexander's like, what the heck? Where is the keyhole? And then he looks annoyed at first, and then Bad Lad suggests, what? Is it underneath the box? And Alexander's like, why would it be underneath the box? Bad Lad's like, We look and say it's not on the side, and Alexander turns it over, and he just has that sort of annoyed look on his face, and just silently just does not even give the Mad Lad a response as he puts the key in there and opens the box. He assumes.
There is in the box. There is a small vial of something green and glowy. There is a small paper package, and there is also a little roll with a wax seal that is the same that you have seen before on the first compartment you opened.
Mm. Let's see. Say Alexander is interested in what this vial is. He can.
For me,
What would you? What would I roll?
you can roll for investigation, for arcana. It's definitely glowing, so magic is a good idea.
Actually, I was wrong. He does have advantage in Arcana because it specifically said
Kid,
magical items.
kid, what the fuck? Did you went to college?
No, hunters are powerful, but they can only have advantage on specific stuff, and this is one of the specific things. $14.
14. Listen, and 14 is like really good on this. It actually it's difficult for Matlat and Alexander to really understand what it is, cause but does feel. Oh, hi, Windows Defender. I did. It does feel important. It does feel powerful. It does feel again very unstable. With an Arcana check, you realize this kind of magic might be the kind of magic teeming out from this kind of potion. It seems, and sorry if this is not Winona. Call my bullshit here. I don't know if this is exactly what Arcana checks can give you,
Okay.
but Matlat and 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 Alexander will notice that this magic has almost resonates similar to the kind of magic Carmiña uses.
Okay, druidic magic. All right. That would be something that they would maybe be able to sense, but without knowing what it exactly is, they're just gonna put it to the side and examine the other things. Probably starting with that little paper bag.
I can Well, with a 14 I cannot give you exactly what it does, but it will give you like very big nature goes boom kind of vibes.
Yeah, it's a very powerful, like, in a small package, and it's just like put that delicately to the side. Do not break the bottle. Last thing they need to do is to grow a giant
Uh,
tree in the middle of their house.
uh, actually, like listen, I if you wanna break it, I even have a scenario for that. But
No, they're not
I
gonna
do
break
not
it.
like.
They just recognize power, and they're just like, put that away for later.
This is called the fucked up magic box. Anyways, yeah. What you checking now?
They're checking
Sorry.
the little paper bag thing inside the mini
Yeah,
chest.
it's like very well wrapped. It kind of reminds you like of those kind of packages some people sells you at the shops. Like
Mm-hmm.
open it if it wasn't so small, and in it almost like it gives you the feeling that it's gonna have some kind of like salami or dry
Mm-hmm.
sausage inside. But you open it, and there is like this very fine cotton, and inside of the cotton you see tiny little dots. They look like seeds.
They look like seeds, and they're intrigued. And they're like, we don't know. I say, Mad Lad, since he's a ranger, he's gonna try to try to do nature on those seeds.
Go ahead.
That's a 21. This boy's
That's a
rolling.
21.
This boy's rolling high
Yeah.
tonight.
Listen, you've been around the farm. There is at this point you can recognize three different sectors of the farm. There is a kind of a corner of there is a corner of the farm that is better to avoid because it's full of poisonous plants. There is the usual, well, poison plants is Carmiña's dirty little hobby, secret
Mm-hmm.
hobby. There is the normal one, like, okay, there is grapes, there is the pumpkins, there
Mm-hmm.
is, it's normal vegetables, normal stuff. There is also one that you have seen, you have the suspicion that someone might have been trying to fix.
Mm-hmm.
This is a garden, a flower garden. It just looks like, a nice place to sit down and rest. The problem is, like, it seems that it was left to die,
Uh-huh.
and now someone is trying to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those flowers that are now dried and dead are real kind plants and kind of like exotic ones,
Yeah.
and they have dried in these tiny balls full of seeds that Matlab might have opened just to check because a child's curiosity. You
Indeed.
recognize some of these are really, really, really similar to those ones. And now with a 21, seeing them outside nature in this tiny box, you realize these are plants that someone this is something these are design seeds. Someone has worked on this to have this specific kind of seed because seeing this right now, you realize this is something on this is telling to you like this is not something that is shown in nature, that happens naturally in nature.
Mm. Custom seeds.
Yeah, one of them has like little flames and everything, has a custom paint job and everything. That's a joke. That's a joke. Don't take that as canon. These two were not plans.
That's fair, but that's hilarious. But continue. It's like, but these are definitely not natural. It's just say these were specifically
No.
bred to be this way.
Yes.
Mad Lad puts the seed, wraps up the seeds carefully and puts them in the sides right next to the figurines. I say, he possibly knows someone that could maybe examine those seeds a bit more, but
All
that's
right.
that's trouble for another time. It's also the person he also wants to talk to about Carmiña, but again, he will figure that out later. So
All
he's
right.
now gonna look at the letter that's in the tiny box.
All right. You pick up the letter, the little scroll with the waxing thing, and you realize the wax has been broken.
Fair. What is it?
Um,
He opens it up and reads it.
it's a few sim- simple words that says, Carmenia, I hope this helps. I'm sorry. Best of luck. And it's signed with a really, really loopy and fancy signature in silver ink.
Hmm.
And I will ask you for an intelligence roll
All
to
right.
get the name because it's too fancy. It's too cursive.
I don't know. These say they're
roll, me
used
a, roll me a constitution save to not get dizzy.
to. That's a 19 and intelligence.
I am 100%. I am 100% serious on the roll me a constitution save to not get dizzy.
All right. Alexander's gonna make that one because it's just like
Uh,
since he's
but yes,
14. All right, he's fine.
okay. Listen. You go like, but no, you are a strong boy. You are two strong boys.
Yes.
Yeah, it's signed Augusti.
Augustus. Hmm.
Right.
And he puts the letter down near the seeds and stuff, and he's just like, Alexander looks at the seeds, and so does Mad Lad, of course, and they're just like, I wonder if he wanted Carmiña to bury the seeds and then maybe make a drop or so of that nature vile stuff on top of them to help them grow. And Alexander gives a tiny nod. He's just like, that could be a good hypothesis, but we don't even know what this vile stuff is. I mean, it's very druidic. I mean, it has nature magic in it. And Alexander's like, yeah, I know, but we don't know exactly what it does. Maybe some experiments are in order. Yeah, experiments. But Alexander then goes back into the box and looks at takes the little box out of the big box and now looks at the other papers in the big box. But he's like, first though, let's go over the rest of these. Maybe it'll give us some clue what it does.
Sorry, over what?
I would say, since the little box is inside the big box, so he's gonna look at the papers inside the big box now.
Right. Those papers are boring as shit. It's thankfully mostly in common, and there is a few different languages there and there, but it seems like it's mostly like the same you found in Lucas. There is a letter that seems to have never been sent. Seems to be a letter that seems to have never been sent, that it basically is a long rant about how they are never going to move from this place. This is their home.
Fair enough.
And also, you can put your gold up your arse.
I say, they smile at that. And they're just like, yeah, they're definitely is just like, yeah, this is probably the company that was destroying the farm that they fought before, but they continue reading it on to see if they can find any confirmation of that.
The rest of the papers seem to be like proof of address, bills to the address you are in, which is like, it's kind of funny to see how different people try to write this address. None of them are the same. There is not a street, there is not a number. It's basically like that farm in the middle of nowhere, not the green one, the other one, the big one, kind of thing, which you would have come to realize is kind of like everybody has to work in this place. Because, yeah, there are no streets. People are literally, they just have a house in the middle of the forest and call it a day. But apart from that, it's boring correspondence, like these boring documents, proof of addresses, bills, stuff like that.
All right. No study notes to say what the vial is or anything?
No, sadly no.
All right. And I think that was everything that's in the boxes.
Yes.
Though he's gonna look at those books now. And Alexander is gonna roll investigation. See if he can find any hidden stuff. Well, let's see if we go for the crit. No, but that's a 23.
You keep finding more and more stuff, and listen, gold keeps coming out of this table. You could be at this forever. Like, you are starting to think this whole table, as real as it looks, it's actually someone's hammer space.
Fair enough. He's also looking at that bookcase. I say that roll was more specifically for the bookcase to see what.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
The bookcase actually, like, there is a lot of with a 23. Listen, you two are still kids, and as much as interested in stuff are like. This stuff might be interesting, but this is mostly. Okay, reorganize my head.
You're fine.
You take a book out. It's a book about place. You take another book out. It's a book about theater. You take another book out, it's a book about poetry, songs, there is notebooks, there is notes, there is every single book in here has some kind of notes around it. And most of them are in common, so you can understand that someone was studying this.
Mm-hmm.
And there is also a shit ton of books on the husbandry of very fancy plants,
Ooh. Alexander,
mostly
you go.
flowers.
Nice. Probably see upon those, but he wants to try to see if there's anything like maybe alchemy or research notes for see what the vial is, and or notes about the seeds that he found. See what specifically they are, or what they're trying to make.
The thing is, like, you keep looking, but what you get at the end, listen, with a 23, you don't spend as many hours as you could be. You could be reading this place forever.
Mm-hmm.
If you like, Matlad might choose to revisit it in the future.
Yeah.
The only thing Matlad might get is like, now please roll me athletics, acrobatics, or some kind of dexterity to see if Matlad reaches the top of the shelves.
Alexander's gonna roll at
Or Alexander's.
Alexander's
I
gonna
keep
throw
saying
acrobatics, and
I
he
keep saying Matlad, and is Alexander the one actually driving
yeah
today?
I say, and that's a 22.
Yeah, with a 22, you are like a little monkey going up this little ladder of books, probably stepping on some of them. Very, very, very expensive books just to get a better hold. But you get out there, and you actually get from all of this an old notebook that, upon opening, it kind of like waves,
Uh huh.
and you see the ink taking this watery texture,
Mm-hmm.
and you see you don't even have the time to get the full name, but you see Augusti on it and it disappears. And the notebook is blank. Do
Huh?
you want to investigate on this?
Alexander is very confused, and he is indeed gonna investigate. And I'm guessing he's gonna first see if this book is magical. So he's gonna first roll Arcana and see if this book is specifically only made for his eyes.
Alright.
Dang. 25.
This 25. There is definitely an illusion spell on this.
Mm.
Blatantly, it's almost as if the illusion spell is dancing in your face and saying, "You want a piece of me? Come get me!" Yeah, there is an illusion spell on this, and it's basically mocking you for not being able to read it. With a
Alexander
25,
Alexander looks
with
at
a,
this and looks annoyed, and he's just like, magical bullshit. And if Mad Lad was there, he'd be nodding. He's like, magical bullshit. But he does take down the notebook. And it's just like, we'll deal with you later, as he puts it right next to the seeds in the bag of figurines.
with a 25, you also pick on your very, very attuned magical radar
Mm-hmm.
a faint feeling of magic all around the house. But you don't get more than that because you will have to focus on that one.
Yeah, would he focus on that? Well, he'll focus on that after he sort of recognizes that sort of just like puts in his back head as he wants to sort of finish the room first. And I think the last thing in the room is the closet.
Yep.
All right. This will just be a regular just an investigation for the closet, so just one roll. That's still a 21 for investigating the closet.
What the fuck is going on with the rolls today? Anyways,
Say these children want lore. These children want to know what happened to their grandmother.
you open the closet door
Yes.
and still saving the 21.
Yep.
It doesn't seem that there is any I mean, if you look for them, you have the feeling that all of these rooms have tiny secret compartments. What a
Exactly.
weirdo. But as you open the closet, roll me a dex save.
All right, deck save. That's a dirty 20.
You dance around the absolute wave of shirts, pants, boots, and accessories that shower both of you. And you avoid every single bit of sparkling and titty window sweaters that fall from inside this closet. Uh, it's really, really, really sparkling. There is chest with golden chains. There is this place suddenly that open and pop up, and there is this giant mirror on the sides and on at the end of the closet, and you see yourself, your own reflection for twice. And there is like these smaller ones, like made for makeup, so you can get a closer look at your face, but they are taller than you, definitely taller.
Mm.
There is bracelets, there is some things that look like they will go in a horn. Uh,
Mm.
this is like Fashion Week at the farm.
Yeah.
Nothing of this looks like clothes like Carmiña or anybody that Carmiña knows would wear around here. And they
Are there more?
definitely,
I say, are they specifically more noble clothes? By curiosity.
well, I mean, noble clothes are usually more conservative.
Mm.
These are just really expensive but and well crafted clothes.
All
To the
right.
widows.
All right. All right.
Some of the pants have a little hole for a tail,
Mm-hmm.
and you are 100% sure those boots have been made for walking, but not across a farm.
Yeah, and they see all this, and then Alexander's just like, "Man, we got a real showboat here." And and Mad Lad is like, "Yeah, I have to agree with you there. Very fancy, especially for what this place is. Do you think this guy was a bard? Possibly. Probably.
As you say that aloud, there is like you turn around and there is like you realize there is a guitar behind the desk or something like that. I'm
Yeah.
fucking
They look at the
yes.
guitar and they look back at this closet and they're like, "Oh yeah." Alexander's like, "Oh
Yeah,
yeah, this
no.
guy totally was a bard."
I mean he was definitely a bard. And you can also guess what kind of race he was.
He's gonna guess tiefling.
Definitely.
Yeah.
With assets. But yeah. But if you keep like looking around, definitely like listen, gold keeps coming out of this. You could probably sell all of this and become rich and get your own ship, kid. Uh, but there is something funny about the mirror.
Hmm. All right. Gotta look at the mirror more closely.
How closely?
Very closely. Like this guy, Alexander is examining this mirror heavily.
Okay. Are you touching it?
He will touch it because that's a part of examining it.
Okay. Are you reaching for it?
Yes.
Right. You see something strange on. You see something strange on your reflection, Maglat. For a second there, you are split in two. There is four pair of eyes looking back at you. One of them looks exactly like you. The other one looks exactly like you two, but understand that I'm saying this with quotes on quotes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean by this.
Oh,
And you as you reach to touch it, the scene around you that reflects changes. It starts dark, and then there is this kind of mist. It's almost beginning, and you see a city street starting to form from the mist. And you can almost hear the clanking of the weapons of the guards walking around. You almost can smell the the stink of the the stink of the life on a big city. This is like a
mm-hmm.
back alley. You hear the people selling their wares yelling,
Mm-hmm.
almost dusk, almost closing, and the party starting, and the smell of a stale beer. And
Mm-hmm.
when your fingertips are about to touch the cold surface of the mirror,
Uh-huh.
something pulls you back, and you're out of the room, and the door is closed, and there is a hand on your shoulder.
That Alexander immediately turns around and see who the hell grabbed him, and he already has his arm transformed into a blade, very much ready to attack.
Sorry, I don't know how to play this well. Uh, all right. Um, you feel it more than hear it. It's like a soft voice trying to tell you there is nothing there. It's a bad idea.
Does he see anything? Do they see anything?
He turns around, but it's right across your. Actually, that would be unfair. Just give me a second. I mean, well, she technically can do whatever she wants, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, this is fucking stupid. I shouldn't have done. Anyways, yeah, see
Mm-hmm.
what I mean. Uh, yeah, she's just right. There is a presence right on your periphery of like your eye. You are not looking at this person straight because as you wipe around, this person move just to stay behind you, but the presence is making itself to be known.
Alexander, like, is immediately defensive. Like, who are you?
I am a friend.
Then show yourself. As he tries to again try to take a look at this person.
And again, the moment you turn around, the presence is just right on your periphery. I'm here. I have always been here.
What do you mean you've always been here? As he as like sort of Mad Lad's voice has been creeped in a little bit as they like they're basically running like walking in circles trying to figure out who the heck is behind them.
Like a puppy chasing their own tail. That's the thing. Like it comes to a point. Like the boys, kind of like it feels like it goes away, far, far away, and you can almost hear it calling for you from the living room downstairs.
Oh yeah, they're definitely running. Like the hand turns back. Actually, does the hand turn back? Will Alexander keep up his guard or not?
I'm gonna be honest. This presence has been only but creepy as fuck.
Fair enough. Alex Alexander, he puts it away for right now, but he's still on a little bit on edge as he's still in control and goes down to the living room.
The fire is on and the smell of food coats the air, but you are 100% sure you are the only person in here at the moment in this house.
Where
The
they probably
sofa creaks.
what?
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't think the fire was on the last time they were there, so they're probably gonna wander over to the fire. It's like, okay, what's happening here? Alexander's like looking around as they get close to the fireplace.
As you get close to the fireplace and the fire burns bright, you hear a creak on the sofa behind you.
They turn around immediately.
You don't see anything but the statue.
They don't see anything.
But the statue
All right.
is the statue of a woman.
Hello? And again, both of their voices are creeping in at this point because they're just both now confused.
You have played enough today. I think it's a good time to go to rest.
I mean, we still haven't found out what happened to Carmiña. And now Matt Lad's voice peeks in instead of Alexander's, and Alexander also, but then cuts him off. Like, yes, we haven't. But also, who are you? You still haven't answered us. You said that you've always been here, but who are you?
That's a difficult question to answer. I guess I'm this. And you see how the statue slowly, there is an impossible movement of a hand, impossibly slow, as a sweeping gesture.
You know, Mad Lad's gonna make if you let me, Mad Lad would know about this, possibly. When Mad Lad, yes. Technically Alexander too, but would it be history or intelligence?
If you do Mad Lad, history. If you do Alexander, intelligence.
Probably history for Mad Lad. What do you say? Could I argue with advantage since he has seen this sort of thing before?
Yes, you can argue with advantage because this is on 12 FPS and I love your boys a lot. And I give them a kiss and I give them the advantage.
Would a 13 do it?
A 13 will give Mad Lad the feeling of this could also be like some wacko that just got into the house. But there is... The 13 will give Mad Lad a strong suspicion.
Mad Lad, basically shoves Alexander to the side as he then speaks up in his voice. It's just like, genius loci? As he looks around the house.
I mean, I'm not gonna say you are right, but... you're right.
Yeah, Mad Lad specifically asked this person, who's like, basically, are you a genius loci? Are you this house?
Okay, this person doesn't seem confused because they have literally no expression on her face, but she doesn't answer.
Is that a yes? Is that a no? You just, like, a nod will do.
She is not there.
Wait.
There is no point of chasing. No, wait, was. She's not there. There is no point of you to put yourself at risk for just a wrong lead. I don't know how to speak. Anyways, now this woman has a foreign accent and she doesn't know how to speak either because I can't.
Fair
But
enough.
she's basically saying to Matlat in a very sweet voice and a very sad and tired voice that the mirror leads to nowhere.
Okay, good thing to know. The mirror leads to nowhere. That still
Well,
doesn't.
the mirror doesn't lead to where Carmiña is.
The mirror doesn't lead doesn't lead to where Carmiña leads. Like, okay, that's good to know. He's like, okay, good to know. Mirror is, well, trippy, but that still doesn't answer my question. You literally like waved your hand to everywhere for who you are. Are you this house? Are you a genius loci?
I am me. I don't know what that word means.
Are you this house? Like, is your body this house? As he like gets on his knees and sort of pats the floor.
And how strong are you patting the floor?
It's a very gentle pap. It's like, it's not a hard pap. It's a gentle pap.
And she just kind of like looks at you and looks at the kitchen. And looks at you. And you can roll an insight.
Alright.
Because she's not talking.
Mad Lad's gonna roll an insight. Alexander's gonna help him and see if he can pitch in some 2 cents. Oh, that's a nat 20.
With a nat 20, listen, Matlat doesn't get it because she has such a good poker face. But I guess there is something to say about spending part of your life as, you know, a background entity.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander gets this feeling that she's thinking about it. She's thinking about it. You have given this entity something to think about. You feel like she has not realized or she has not thought before about who she is.
Alexander sort of pushes Mad Lad back. It's just like, okay, maybe who is the wrong question? What are you? Maybe the better answer.
Still with a 20. Okay, you are giving there is Matlat doesn't get this because it's still like very slow movements.
Yeah.
Minimal expression on her face. Alexander gets it like she's having a existential crisis right now.
Oh,
and you can feel the heat of the fire wavering and a little bit of a rattling and a crack and the cracking of wood upstairs. Slightly. Alexander picks up on that.
Yeah, Alexander, so I probably wouldn't recognize this. He's just like, oh shit, this is just like in the apartment. Yep, this is what they is, but they didn't know. They probably go over to the stone figure and just like grab their hand and sort of just like, hey, it's okay.
She looks back at you and repeats, She's not in here.
Okay. She's not in here. We can. I don't say. I don't know if you would know where she went. But it seems
She
like.
ran. She ran. She ran away.
That does. Without an insight, that does make Alexander freeze. She ran away? And yeah, it probably is silence. As they're trying to process, it's like they left.
There was shouting. Um, there was. She was angry, and then she was, and then she wasn't.
You know, this boy's gonna make a wisdom. These boys are gonna make a wisdom saving throw to see how calm they can try to be because they read they have read what the last energy with Lao. Oh no, these boys are furious. Like the realization of like, oh, this is all Lao's fault. They are extremely angry and they're not afraid of showing it. It's like, he made her run away.
Everybody lives. It's just what happens.
No, this isn't right. I say, I don't know what he said to her, but say, do you know if he threatened her anyway? Like you said, there's arguing. He didn't threaten her, did he? And Alexander forms his arm blade. And even Mad Lad on the other side, like one arm is a blade and the other arm has his gun out as the voices are in sync.
Please. Don't run around with scissors.
Yeah, that would catch them off guard.
No playing with blades inside the house.
They're gonna make another wisdom saving throw. With advantage since she asked.
Nicely.
They say the blade is at least put away. The gun is still out, but the blade is at least put away.
She doesn't react to the gun.
Fair enough. We'll have to talk to Lao about this. Maybe. God, no. Not again. Not again. As they both started crying and their voices are in sync.
There is a hand in your shoulder.
They whoever this person is, they say with that low wisdom, I'm gonna keep on rolling with it as they just immediately hug them.
It's hard like a rock, but it's strangely not cold.
Yeah.
There is like a distant warmth emanating from this thing, but it reminds you in a way of how Carmiña hugs. as if this entity is trying to imitate that.
Mm-hmm. I can't lose someone else. I say, I can't say, I miss them. And the voices are back in sync.
Everybody leaves. We cannot stop them.
I mean, and Alexander's is a who's gonna be talking first? Probably Bad Lad talks first. Like, I mean, eventually we grow up, but say, just leaving, just leaving so suddenly without any of us knowing. It's Alexander speaks. It's like it's torture. I say she couldn't come to one of us. Did weren't we enough for her?
He put pictures up.
Sorry, say that again.
She put pictures up, and you can see that there is this slow movement again, and she's looking at one of her walls.
Mm-hmm.
And Madlad, have you been in a few incidents that might have ended up on the Toontown
Oh yeah,
papers
a few
lately?
escapades, of course.
She probably has, if not all of them, most of them on on little frames
Uh huh.
around the living room.
Mm-hmm.
That's you. You are there.
Yeah, and they look at this. It's just like, mm, do you think? Do you think she would come? She will come back eventually? Asked Mad Lad, very much in a hopeful tone.
I don't know.
They look sort of saddened by this. Did she know that you were here?
I don't know. I am very tired these days. Very sad. And then she left. After everybody else left.
They say they look saddened by this, and say they hug her, even though she's stoned. Hug her a little bit. Well, we say we'll stay. Maybe not forever, but we all die eventually. But they say she shouldn't. If she didn't know you were here, she probably wouldn't left you either. I mean, she'll come back. She has to come back. We'll say, wait, we're taking care of you. We all care about you.
There is new people, yes. There is many new people.
Yeah,
Do you
there's.
think she will come back?
I think, I think she will. I think she will. I think she will. And that's Mad Lab repeating that over and over. And Alexander's being silent. Unfortunately, he's the realist, but he doesn't want to give up hope either. So he's just letting Mad Lad have this.
Maybe. Maybe.
Awesome.
Very tired. You two have played enough. It's late. Let's go to sleep.
Oh. Okay. As he probably looks out the window to see that it is late. And give me 1 second because I need to go to the restroom.
Wait, are you going to the restroom?
Yeah, I'm going to the restroom myself. Give me 1 minute.
Alright, yeah. Time for the advertisements. Hello everybody. Gods, I need to get one of those things that you actually can get and read. Let me see. I have a pamphlet here. What does this say? When we see history as a series of events or even wars, perceive ourselves in an isolated bubble of moving time disconnected from the past, we are disempowered. Our actions, any actions, seem like pissing in the ocean in the face of our opposition. But our actions are not isolated events, they are explosions in a web of relations, many unforeseen. The project of liberation has been vying with domination for thousands of years and continues. The ripples cast by your actions shapes ourselves, our relations, and inspire others now in the future. Knowing the history of our movements and other attempts give us context beyond ethereal slogans. History is cumulative.
Nice. Very
This
nice.
is a struggle. Oh shit, you're back?
Yeah, I thought you were
okay.
done with that. Never mind. You say.
No, I was just waiting. Hello. Yes, I just grabbed the first thing I have, and it's a fanzine called Insurrectionary Ecology.
Ooh,
great.
Nice. Yeah, but
it has a beetle.
Nice. Yeah. So, Mad Lad now, as Alexander settles back into himself, into Mad Lad, as Mad Lad is now back in control, it's like, okay, all right, let's rest. Well, you're like the apartment in a way. You're, let's say, a genius. I think you're a genius. Alexander's like, yeah, genius loci, for sure. And Mad Lad nods, genius loci. Say that again.
I am me.
You are you. And, do you have a name? Do you want us to give you a name? How new are you?
I am old. He was here before, and I will be here after.
Ah, okay. What do you want us to call you?
Home.
Home?
Home.
Home. I mean, that's a start. I mean, that's basically what say that's what you basically are. You're a home.
She giggles of that, but it's like a very deep sound.
Mm-hmm.
Like sounds almost kind of cavernous and echoey.
Madeline. I mean, apartment's called apartment. So, well, that sort of makes sense. But if you ever come up with a name that you actually want us to call you, make sure to let us know. As he sort of just lays down on the couch and grabs a pillow.
A small cat calls me friend. I do not understand. I think it's odd.
Alright. I say, it is good. And Mad Lad fluffs the pillow as they probably just try to lay the pillow on this person's lap so they can sleep with them.
I And she does not move, but she does her best to be a good surface to rest. And she just says, "There, there. Nap time now."
Yeah. I'm not very sure. Yeah, again, wait, did you and Slowkai actually sleep? I think they kind of do, yeah. Good night, home.
Um, Hello, can you? Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
And there is no answer, but there is like a little hum around the house, as if she's trying to lull you to sleep.
Aww.
And when Matlat and Alexander wake up, they will find themselves alone, but in Carmiña's bed.
Aww. Nice. That's adorable.
And all their treasure,
Yeah.
if they haven't put it back into their hammer space, the things that they have not put back on the hammer space are on the nightstand.
All right. So everything that they found, say the figurines and stuff, are on the nightstand.
Right.
Nice. He will then definitely pockets those figurines and those seeds, and
And the magic stuff and the letters.
say he will pocket all those for later.
If Matla tries to go back again into those rooms, they will find like the doors are open as there is no latch, but they are impossible to push
Fair enough.
unless they try to do a charisma check, persuasion check.
Which is fair. They're not going to right now. They're just
Yeah,
say they're just gonna leave the notes, the important sort of notes that they found, like the letters, just the general letters and stuff. They're gonna sort of leave. Actually, no, they're gonna keep those. They're gonna keep what they found in their hammer space. They're gonna try things out later, but as of right now, they basically. It's like that John Mulaney's like, we all stood up, looked at, we all stood up and say, oh, okay, let's go wreck the place. As they're just like, okay, let's go to see Lao.
And I now need to tell, due to that Lao is in fucking boiling water.
Oh yeah.
Anyways.
Lao is in deep trouble with child, which is, I honestly feel a little bit bad for Lao because he doesn't like children and he's afraid of them. It's like, oh, if you were fearing children before, you pissed off the wrong child.
I will text you later.
Yeah. But anyways, thank you everyone for listening into this FPS.
Thank you for those listening right now, and thank you for those listening in the future, and for those listening on the past. Motherfucker, give me back my time machine.
Yeah. I hope you have a good time zone. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.